Good afternoon and welcome once again to the weekly update with Kyle Johansson and the mayor. And we're going to go straight to the weather.
So tomorrow we got a heat advisory till 8 p.m. tomorrow. The heat index values up to 104 degrees expected, where portions of northeast Kentucky, southeast Ohio, and central, northern, southern, and western West Virginia from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday. Impacts hot temperatures and high humidity may cause heat illnesses. Affected areas: Greenup, Boyd, Athens, Jackson, Vinton, Meigs, Gallia, Lawrence, Wayne, Cabell, Mason, Jackson, Wood, Lincoln, Putnam, Kanawha, Brown, Wirt, Logan, and Boone counties. So today we got sunny to partly cloudy skies, hot and humid, high of 91 degrees. Tonight a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear, low 69. Tomorrow mostly sunny skies, very hot and very humid, high of 94, low 74. Friday, partly cloudy skies, high of 92, very hot and humid, low 71. Saturday morning showers, very hot and humid, high of 93, low 73. Sunday, scattered storms, very hot, very humid, high of 92, low 71. Monday, the last few days of July, which hardly will be in August, next Friday. Mostly sunny skies, very hot, very humid, high of 93, low 71. And next Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, very hot and very humid, high of 95, low 70. And don't forget, tomorrow it's also the last home Copperheads game of the season. 5:05 is the first game, and then 7:05 is the bigger night. Community night is also fireworks night. It's also going to be celebrating Ethel's 101 birthday tomorrow night at 7:05 p.m. And don't forget, at least tomorrow will be not super rainy. At least tomorrow should be fine compared to last week. We had so much rain, but at least we get a break till at least Friday night to early Saturday morning. But just be careful of this humidity that they're calling for. This is known as this corn sweat humidity, which is actually coming from it's coming from Minnesota, Illinois, Missouri, Iowa, and Indiana. So this is all moving towards our area starting today. It's just going to last pretty much till middle of next week. At least after middle of next week, we'll get a big change as this, we call this big Canadian cold front, which will be a pretty strong front for very early this time, which is good because what's going to be this weekend, you'll feel a big difference starting the first weekend of August. Will be highs maybe in the upper 70s, lows in the mid upper 50s compared to what's going to be this weekend. So we won't get that much a break at night at all. Which means hardly 4 weeks tomorrow, moving weekend starts. I just even noticed like the last couple of days, some of the students are already starting to move in right now. They already said the Marching 110 has to be here this week because they start their practice and stuff starting next week for the new freshman members who are coming in, so they get used to it as they get on throughout the years. And don't forget, we got a month from Monday, we got football season starts for OU at New Jersey, and we got WVU, and they already said more than 90% of football tickets already been sold for this year already, even though we're like 6 weeks out.
For the entire season?
Yes.
Season tickets?
Yes.
Because I know that the WVU game is probably sold out.
Yeah, it's already sold out. Then we got volleyball tickets are on sale and men's basketball tickets are on sale. And it's really interesting for basketball for men's this year. They are now doing at least 4 to 6 upper sections to general admission now. If you want to move to GA sessions, they are like $30+ cheaper than if you're in reserve seats.
There you go. Okay. Hey, so back to the weather. So with that that large of a transition when we go from 90s
To 70s.
to 70s, that usually will be accompanied by some pretty severe weather as it rolls in.
As a cold front comes
As
through
the
air.
cold front comes in, yeah. So just FYI, we've had more
Rain than normal.
rain events of late than we have seen in past years. Of course, last year we had that 4-month long drought.
Yeah, the D4.
So, I didn't have to. I stopped mowing the grass in July, and it's because it was all dead. But not the case now.
This year.
So if you need to mow your yard, you better mow it before Saturday, because Saturday is rain, but then things will kind of dry out. But Kyle, thank you for the weather and everything sports, because tomorrow night's a big night with the Copperheads playing, because it's community night, and I know a lot of city employees are going to be there. We have our very own Director of Arts, Parks, and Recreation, Catherine Ann Jordan, is going to be throwing out one of the first pitches. It is a doubleheader, so I don't know who's going to throw out the other one. Kyle, if you're not doing anything, maybe you can throw the pitch out. But it'll be a fun night. I will certainly be there along with my family. I don't know how much of my family will be there, but we'll be there. All right. We don't have a whole lot to discuss today, but I do want to mention a few things. Right now is time to sign up for soccer. Soccer registration is going on. This is the Fall Soccer League. The sign-up fee is $40 if you want to get the kiddos out there. This is kindergarten through 6th grade. There you see the flyer. So check that out. If this is of interest to you, or it might be of interest to your children, register now. It'll wrap up by the end of August, the registration, but it is open right now, and practices are going to start in September, and then games will begin on the 22nd of September and run through the 23rd of October. It's always fun seeing the youth out there learning for the first time on playing soccer. The Athens Municipal Arts Commission, we talked about this at the last weekly update, seeking submissions for the next poet laureate. I believe this would be the 4th poet laureate for the city, 4th or 5th. We've been doing it for a number of years. These are 2-year appointments. There is an honorarium to accompany this for whomever is selected, and it's $2,000 annually. So it's $4,000 total, but $2,000 a year. This is, again, being orchestrated under the Athens Municipal Arts Commission, which always does a great job with all things arts. So if you're interested, you can reach out to the Athens Municipal Arts Commission. You can go to the city's website and identify it there for sure. But again, if you are a poet and you know it, now's the time to go ahead and apply, and hopefully you'll become the city's next poet laureate. I was just informed yesterday, although I was asked last week, to serve on Governor DeWine's Property Tax Reform Working Group. When the announcement or the press release came out as to whom all is on this working group, it is interesting in that there will be several county treasurers, several county auditors, 2 school superintendents, and a handful of county commissioners that are serving, and then 1 mayor on the working group, and that is myself. And so I am reaching out for anyone who has any interest or concerns about property taxes. It's a complex issue, as you know, with the signing of House Bill 96 rather. There was a number of things that the governor vetoed. So we're going to be looking into this and seeing where this lands. So we have our first meeting tomorrow, Thursday, the 24th, up in Columbus. But you'll be hearing more from me on that. This is worth mentioning, AceNet. AceNet is turning 40 years old, their 40th anniversary. There is an event that I'm going to be attending this weekend, but for those of you who know people who work at AceNet, whether it's Leslie Schaller or anybody else at AceNet, Larry Fisher, wish them a happy 40th anniversary, 40 years strong, for an organization that has done some really, really amazing work in the food sector, also mentoring and supporting our local food economy, and in particular, farmers market and other operations. Community Food Initiative, CFI, has a close relationship and has been working with AceNet. So, they have been a real amazing partner here in Athens County, and in particular for me in Athens. It's the Appalachian Center for Economic Networks, AceNet. Happy 40th anniversary. Nixle. I'm going to talk about Nixle since Kyle and I and you had the conversation about weather this summer. And it's a global issue, of course, but when you see things like what happened in Kerr, Texas, which was just absolutely devastating to see that much loss of life and property, but life more importantly, property can be fixed. Lives cannot when they've been destroyed by something that they've experienced. And then I look to what happened in eastern Kentucky a few years back, what we have experienced here in Athens with basically small microbursts and inclement weather that leads to flash flooding on Richland Avenue, flash flooding elsewhere in the city of Athens. For the first time to see video and postings of East State Street near Kindred Market as water is running down Madison Avenue into the intersection. Not that I'm not aware that that has happened in the past, but to see it again to where you've got many inches of standing water coming down and affecting our waterways, our roadways in the city of Athens. It's more important now than ever before that you download the Nixle app. It's so easy. All you've got to do is text 45701 to 888777, and it's free. It's free. You're not being wise to not download this because you can customize it. You may not want to get other alerts that pertain to, maybe criminal activity or school closings or anything like that. But weather, it'll give you weather alerts, it'll give you amber alerts, it'll give you, just about any alert you can imagine. You can tailor it to what you want, or you can do what I do and just allow everything to flow through. Because, most mayors, we need to be in the know as to what's going on in our own communities. So please, please, please download the app, upload it. And then we have the Athens, Ohio City Source app. That's another thing. We don't need to get into details on that, but that's the other app we encourage you to put in, because that's the way you can be more eyes on the ground for the city when it comes to fixing things that just don't look right with our roadways and byways and whatnot. The last thing I'm going to share, and Kyle, you're familiar with Sells Park.
Yes.
And the pond up at Sells Park. Well, a dear friend of mine, and I know this isn't as close as maybe the next slide, Ryan, if you would, there we go. So a dear friend of mine who's an amazing artist out of McConnellsville, Malta area, has done some beautiful metalwork with TIG welding, believe it or not, and steel rods, stainless steel. And he approached me and said he's got these ballerinas that he's looking for a body of water somewhere in the state of Ohio, in southeast Ohio. And we know each other. And he said, is there any place in Athens that we feel it might be appropriate to put a series of ballerinas dancing over the water? And I thought right away of Sells Park. So the Sells Park Pond, these are approximately 4 foot tall ballerinas made out of stainless steel and TIG welded together. And they're really quite amazing to see as they're standing out in the middle of the pond. We've gotten a lot of positive comments on Facebook. At least I've received a lot of positive comments. You never know with something like this. But I think people are truly appreciating it. And one of the things I find really attractive about it is the way when the water is calm, how the reflection of these ballerinas bounces back and just gives a really beautiful visual on a pond located in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yes.
Right there abutting our trail system that goes up into Stroud's. That's right. So encouraging people to go and check it out. I'd like to hear what more people think about deploying art in unusual spaces. I won't say this is an unusual space, but it's really the first time we've put something like this on a body of water within the city itself. So please reach out to me. Tell me what you think. What do you think, Kyle?
Looks pretty cool.
You're not just saying that, are you?
No.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Well, Kyle, as usual, thank you for being here. I will see you tomorrow.
At the game. My mom will be
the
there,
Copperheads game. I'll see both of you there. So that'll be fun. And hopefully we will see you at the Copperheads game, or if nothing else, we'll see you, I'm sure, somewhere up on Court Street or elsewhere. Thanks for joining in. And join Kyle and I again next week for the weekly update with Kyle Johansson, the mayor. Take care.